Hello and welcome back to Danger Aware Animation Department. Today we are still working on the new RowJoeBee. This is part 4 and we're going to do the head turn. So we're going to make the head turn left and right and be able to give the character just a little bit more functionality. So let's get into it. Have a wonderful day and thanks for watching. Now we're going to move on to the next bone, which is to turn the head left and right. Now Moho again has a lot of tools that can help us do this. So we can do it individually by part, or we can apply what is known as a mesh and put a mesh on here and then move everything using the mesh. But I find I have a lot more control if I do it directly. Meshes work good with bitmapped images, but when you're working with vector files, it's best to go ahead and just do what you want with each individual object. You get a better effect. So we'll start with the left and right, create an action, head left and right. So we're going to rotate bone all the way to the left, jump to 64, and all the way to the right. Let's start with the nose, since it's at the top here. So we're going to grab the nose, and we're going to go, okay, the character's going to move its head so far that the nose pokes out of the skull a bit. So we can do that there. And what that would do is cause this side to shrink up and show more of a flat nose, like this, I think. So now we're going to move to the antenna. We don't want to move as individuals. We want to move them as bones, because they are connected to bones here in the face. So let's go to the bone layer, and we're going to grab each of these antennae, and holding shift we just move them over. So this one will be right at the edge, and this one will not be. This one will be more over like this. But I think at this point I should reverse the bone and then rotate it like that. As we get to the point where it's going to flip, we're going to want it to start shrinking the parts towards us as if they were so weird here. Oh, because we're okay. Danger Aware has a new and important mission to change the paradigm of abuse awareness through play and entertainment. We need help to accomplish our goals. We need stories that will entertain and will teach personal rights and how to call out abuse in the earliest stage. We need music, jokes, poems, and ideas of things that we can use to help educate the young and vulnerable. We need stories of triumph over abuse to inspire others in the correct ways to call out the precursors to abuse. If we expose the grooming, we can prevent the abuse. You can also help us through donations on our website, dangeraware.org. Or you can help finance our expansion into Colorado by visiting coloradogives.org/dangeraware. Or you can use paypal.me/dangeraware,
or you can visit our website and scroll down and use the PayPal Donate Now button. We also offer Dangerware merchandise. Just visit dangerware.org and click on the Respect My Personal Space notebook. That will allow you to then launch our Teespring store where you can buy Respect My Personal Space apparel. So if we explore, you can also get pillows with Solari Talar on them, face masks, notebooks, sweatshirts, digital coloring book, and Respect My Personal Space apparel. So if you want to change the paradigm of abuse awareness, visit dangeraware.org. Alright, so there we go. Okay, so what's happening is the animation of the moving from reaction is occurring. And it doesn't matter because when I click on any of these, they're going to revert to what they should be at their normal state at that point. So as we're coming across, we want these bones to all shrink in appearance. So let's choose B and select each of these, and then holding shift, we select them all. Then hit T, and now any one of them we grab should shrink or stretch all of them. So we're going to shrink them all, so as if it was getting closer to being directly towards us. We jump on the other side of the flip, and then back to 64. Then we want to reset the scale and everything. So there we go. And then this direction, whoops, and this direction, we're going to reset at 32. So there we go. So as the head turns, the antenna flips around. And we'll need to duplicate this going the other direction as well, but we will save that until after this direction is completed. So on 31, I don't know why I've got 31, I need 32. There. Alright, so now we've got the 64. I moved these to 65 somehow. Get those where they belong. There we go. So now we've got the nose and the antenna, so we need to bring the eyes over. So the left eye, we're going to use the layer because it's a complex object, and we're going to move it on over. But because it's basically rounding the eye, we need to rotate the eye away from us. So we're going to grab this tool and simply rotate the eye away from us, trying to keep it straight up and down still. And then we're going to do the same thing with the other eye. We're going to bring it on over. So now you see that eye should be completely behind the nose at this point. So we'll put it right there. And now we're going to bring the right eye over the same way. And put it about right here, and again we need to rotate it away from us so that it gets that same rotational effect. But I think the left eye, besides moving away, should get a little bit smaller. So right there is about 6%. So now we bring the mouth around, and again we need to rotate it. So first we bring it on over to where we need it, and then we rotate it away from us. And I think we want to rotate it this way as it goes up and around.
And we're going to go ahead and shrink it in a little more. And we want it centered in the center of the nose. So that pointer is pointing to the center up here, is what I'm looking at. So rotate it just about right. Alright, so we've got the eyes over. That eye is hitting the antenna. We don't want that. So let's go ahead and bring it down. Looks like I accidentally moved it up anyway. Let's go ahead and bring it down a little bit so it's just below the antenna there. Alright, and so now we need to change the face. So with the face, as it rotates around, we're going to lose this cheek. Let's see, hit T, and we're going to bring this down, bring this on in. We want to make this basically where the face is just doing a natural curve around here. So we're getting rid of the cheek. And we want to bring it on over, so we still want the face to capture, you know, all the important parts. Now, this is getting a little difficult, so but let's try grab that part of the face, hit T, and just drag it on over. So we want the widow's peak here to be in the center. So we're going to bring that on over. And obviously this point should not have been grabbed. Or not as much anyway. So we've got the chin there, and then we bring this widow peak on over. So let's put a little more roundness here. And I think this should come down. So just like that. And since we're turning the head, should these cheeks get bigger? Since the other direction they're getting smaller. So let's expand this out a bit. And bring the chin down to a more natural looking chin. So let's see what happens here. As we rotate back to 32. And then we just simply select everything and reset. And reset the eye by layer. Reset, reset, reset. And we need to reset this rotation. And same with the left eye. Reset the rotation and position. And the mouth, we reset all three of these, and the rotation. So now let's see how that looks as the character turns its head to the right, or to the left, its left. I think we can make the nose bigger because it's moving to the side. It shouldn't just stay the same on this side. T on the keyboard. Let's go to the nose out like this. So now, let's see. Yeah, that works. That's a good head turn. Alright, now we need to do the skull. So, this is a little more tricky. grab the whole thing and rotate it. And then bring it on over. So, just like that. But we're going to have to move this point by itself. And let's bring this cheek out like that a little more. And I think we need some curve. On this cheek here. It's definitely a head turn, but I'm not liking something about it. Okay, I think this. T, not C. So let's bring this back in a bit I think the eyes are right. Okay, so that eye should be on the other side of that antenna for sure. So let's do that. So this just simply needs to be moved over further. And I think this one needs to move over further. And on the antennae, they need to go up. They're too low. I know they weren't actually moved up or down, but in this case, I'm pretty sure we need to move them up. So this one's going to go. Let's go right there. And this one. Right there. Okay. The nose is still wrong, I think. Let's change this curve on the top here. Using Alt, just drag this down more straight. A little bit more curve here, a little less there. And I think we can bring this point upward. That makes it, oops, a little too far over. we go. We've got a decent rotating head there. 32, we want everything reset. So hit T, grab everything, hit reset, rotational reset, point reset. Oh, and curve reset. That's what I was forgetting. There we go. So now our face rotates to the left and back. I think the left eye needs more rotation. It's at 52. This should be 0. And let's go to 66. And then on the other eye, 0. And 55. And now, I think I need to move it over more. And I'm doing it again. I'm not on 64, I'm on 63. There we go. So, let's there. Left eye. All right, so let's test this. Let's see, how much am I moving the mouth? 63, so I'm going to get 66 as well. Okay. I think that should do it. Okay, I see a problem here. We've got the face is going too far here. So let's bring T, and we're going to bring this on in like this. I think that's where I was seeing a problem. And that means we need to bring the skull in at this point too. Bring these points over. So now we've got our head turning. And on the antennae, I think since these are going, oh, they're the one is on top of the other in the wrong direction. Apply depth sorting, layer sorting, so we'll do that. So when it's all the way to this direction, we want the right antenna on top of the left one. Just like that. And the left one, we're going to want to make it shrink a little bit. So Let's grab B for bone and grab all the bones for this left antenna. And then we're going to shrink them. So hit T, and we're just going to shrink it down a little bit so it shrinks its perspective. And that way, we're doing it by bone so that way we continue to be able to manipulate everything identically to where it was before. And I think this maybe needs to go right there. So let's see what that looks like. Okay, so it needs to be in front of from this point onward. So we go to antenna and put right on top. So yeah, now it's on top from this direction. So we'll do the same thing the other way when we rotate past the left direction here. Alright, so let's see. Yeah, that looks like RowJoeBee from the side. That's a good look. So now we need to duplicate that to the other side. So the best thing to do is to capture this image. Control R would render it out. So we can save it as a PNG. And we just save it in our location now. It's frame 64 of the action. So we're going to close this now. And now we're going to go here and we're going to import the image that we just created. Here we're going to import the image. Okay, so now we're just going to line up everything on the body to match the original. So you can see we're a little bit large. There we go, we're very close. So if we cover this right there and move a little bit to the left, looks like we're right on. Maybe just a hair smaller. Okay, so there we go. So we're overlapping. Now we need to reverse it so that it's pointing the other direction. And now overlap the body again. It won't be exact because the two sides are not identical, but they're close. So let's go with the bottom left hand as our indicator of where we should be. So there we go. Now we want to make the face look like this going the other direction so we can be identical. Now we're going to go back into the head left and right action now that we've got the head turned. And we're going to start with the nose. So now we're going to bring the nose over to where the head turned is. Oh, let's take that image and we're going to make it transparent, at least partially. So there we go. Now we can see both the character and the turned head. And so now we'll go to the nose, hit T, pick it up and move it over. And we're going to keep the top tip point in the right spot. So right about there. Hit T, zoom in, and start moving the nose parts. C for curve, hold Alt, and move just this one Bezier line to where we need it. Alright, so now we do the antennae. So we're going to go back to the bone layer, and we're going to pick up B for bone and pick up this antenna, hit T, and just move this on over to right there. And then the same with this one. We're going to pick this one up and move it over to here. And at this point, we need it to be flipped. So we're going to flip it that way. Then we're going to rotate it this way. And that way. And we want to take the back antenna, so B for bone, grab this, hit this, and this, and this, and this. I'm holding shift after I hit B for bone. So now I've got all those, and I can hit T, and we're going to just shrink them down to about right there. Maybe there. Alright, and so now we do the eyes, or the mouth. Let's do the mouth. So we grab the mouth by layer. We're going to rotate it minus 66. And then we're going to pick it up and move it over. But it looks like minus 66 is quite a bit too much. Did I have it at 55? Must have been 55. Okay. So now we're going to just do a little bit of a rotation here to get the mouth to line up properly. Oops, went too far. Alright, and now we're going to go to the left eye. And the left eye, I know, goes to minus 55. And the right eye goes to minus 66. Maybe not. Maybe 55, because that is too squashed. There we go. So let's bring the eye on over to overlap the other one. And then the same for the left eye. So obviously this direction we're not going 44. 55, maybe it's 44. No, not even. More like 38. Okay, so there we go. We've got all that. Now we need to make the face. Move it on over. Start squashing it. Then we need to move this to here, this to here, this to here. We got the face, now we need to do the skull. So now this isn't going to be exact because we're not reversing all the parts of the skull. We're just going to shrink it down to match there. And G, we're going to bring that down. And this we're going to bring up to here. Hit the curve. And bring that on out. There we go. And I think we should probably reverse these curls. So let's grab these. Whoops. Let's use G. And I'm just going to grab the tips of them. Yeah, move them there like that. And hit curve, or T, and just adjust the curve on each one. So that one can come down. This one's going to go this way. Rotate the head back. So there we've got our turn. Now we can get rid of our picture. Alright, and so now let's test our main line. Bone layer, animation frame 1, and rotate head, rotate head. So the antenna are not changing back with the way it should on here. And I really don't like the way the left and right is going wild on the antennas there. So let me, yeah, I'm gonna change some settings here. So we're gonna grab all these bones. No, just these. So these bones, and shift in these bones. And we're just going to remove the independent angle and the bone dynamics. So now they're just regular bones. If I want the antenna to do anything, I need to do it manually in the animation. So, but that's fine because it eliminates the problem we were having with the antenna. So now I can go to the head left and right. Let's just start over with these antennas. So it's 64. We're going to bring them over to right there. And right there. Maybe a little closer in on this one. Then at 32, we reset each bone's position.
angle we may have accidentally incorporated. And now we bring this antenna over like this, and like this. And now we can check things here. Alright, so now with the head turned all the way to the right, we would shrink this down a little bit, and these would definitely be folded in, and I think all of these should shrink up just a bit. So 64. Alright, so now as it comes back, alright, at 32 we would want it reset. There we go. Must still have bone dynamics on the tips there. Alright, that should take care of the problems. Yeah, now we're not... Well, it's still swinging wild. So scale will be 0.9. Yeah. Same with this one. Bone. Scale. It's close. 0.9. There we go. So now at the other direction, it would be the other bones. So B for bones. Select all of these. Everything's correct, so that should be minus 50/50. Okay, and close, and then we want to scale them to 0.9. There we go, and then at 32. Everything gets reset. Let's grab all of these bones and reset them. Alright, so now as it turns and gets to say 48, what we would want is for it to swing up. Oh, not all of them. And And looks like I've caught the bone in the center here too. Let's go back a few steps. All right. So I want to grab bones. Grab all these bones, but not that one. So we need to grab these tip ones separately. Now we can set the bone constraints properly, which should be minus 50 and 50. No independent angle and no dynamics. So there we go. Now they're not jumping all over the place. Well, I did right there for a moment. Let's just see what we can do here. So now, at 48, we would want this to be coming straight up and down so that it can flip. And at this point, before it flips, we want to grab these bones and hit T. And, well, let's just grab one bone at a time. So we're going to grab this bone here and rotate it down to as far as we can go. Apparently that's it. We bring this to there. Then the bone flips and it comes back out. And at this point we would want these two bones to reset. Take a look. Do the same with this one. 75 and 75. So now that will allow me to bring this all the way to there and then bring this back to there. Now when we flip, there is no difference. Perfect. So and then at this point, B for bone and shift, we're going to reset all of these for their angle. Voila. And their scale should be normal at this point. There we go. Alright, so now swings on around, and let's go ahead and reset the angle for this bone as well. There we go. That's too much though. Let's bring it on down a little. So like that. That should work. Oh yeah, that's what I'm after. So now 16. We will bring the other bone up. And these bones down. And we need to straighten these out. I'm using shift, which is letting me put them in direct straight row. That's what I should have done on the other one. So I'll probably go back into it and straighten it out. So at this point, we want it there. We drop one more step, and then we want this bone to be flipped. And then we come all the way over here, and it should still be flipped. So there we go. So it stays flipped till right there. It should go back. So here goes that way. Alright. $32. They should all be reset. So B for bones, select all these bones and reset everything on them. And get over here. This needs to be straight down. Over here, it also still needs to be straight down. And then across. Grab these bones. And all of those bones are going to be scaled to 0.9, which they are. Alright, so then this bone, we'll bring it around like this. And it should be at scale of 1. Alright, it is. bit. Alright, so that should do it. We can now manipulate the head back and forth with a good rotation. I wish I was a better artist. I could make this look better, but hopefully someday soon we'll get some artists working for us to make better looking characters. We're now ready to move on to the tilt the head up and down using the last bone here. So that will be our next video. I'm going to leave it here. Remember to hit that like and to subscribe, and please visit dangeraware.org and help us change the paradigm of abuse awareness. Thank you for watching.
Danger, danger, could be a stranger, could be the one that lives next door.